Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop where Bob TV is broadcasted in Philo-Vision. Oh yeah. Hey, I want to start this little episode. But you know my friend from Texas, the guy who's making this B-1 bomber possible. I know I'm taking a lot of the credit, but Butch has put a lot of work into this, people. You know, and I couldn't have did this without him. Butch, he's my friend. His uncle, Major Jim Worry, died today. I want to get a shout out to Major Jim, his family, Butch, everybody. Thank you. Jim dedicated his life, most of it to the Air Force. He was a B-52 pilot in Vietnam. Flew 110 missions, and that was pretty hairy flying over there, people. That's where they had them telephone poles flying after them, them SAMs. And then he had a lot to do with the B-1 when it was started. He was involved in the test team and developing the simulator, and he pretty much dedicated his life to the bombers for the United States Air Force. And we're going to get a shout out, man. And Butch, hang tough, brother. But anyway, back to the shop. We're going to get a dedication flight to old Jim on the B-1. And he'll be watching. But anyway, back to the F-16. Okay? I didn't tell you guys this, but we did have the videotapes rolling. Here a couple weeks ago, we tried to fly this. And, man, you want to talk about something that was hauling butt down the runway and never got in the air. But, you know, we was reading on RC Universe about what guys are doing. And, first of all, the factory CG is a little bit on the heavy side. Okay. So they're all backing this CG up. I put it right on the money, okay? And they're backing it up to here. Okay, so that's making the plane a little nose heavy to start with. And then I had a fuel tank up here. Don't forget about that, people. Not much, but a little extra tank up in here in front of the CG. So I probably made it a little bit more. And what they're doing, this is kind of strange. I don't know how they're actually going about doing it, but some of them are saying they're going in and lowering that back plate just a little bit and dropping the mains. You know, and I just don't know. You know, I'm using a bigger turbine and I can't really drop this down without it coming in. That turbine takes that whole spot. So I'm going to leave them alone. What I did here, okay, when I take some of the lead out of the nose too, that'll help. Because it was really smashing. It was smashing down on that oleo strut. But what it was doing, it was going down the runway like that and had the spoiler effect. All it did is ran off the end of the runway. But what I did here, I'm going to try to get in here and show you guys, is try to lower that, or change the angle of this just a little bit. Let me zoom up on it here. Okay. I'm going to crank you up a little bit here too. Hold on. Okay, what I tried to do is I put me a couple shims under this setup right down there. See my little screwdriver I'm using for a pointer? Okay, now what that did is it kind of changed the angle of it to where it'd make it more straight up and down, and raised it up a little bit. So I think I gained a little bit right there. And they ain't moving their main gears much. So if they move their main gears just that, as much as I did, that'll probably make a big difference. See, but that's as high as I could go, is right there. And because of the door shutting. I got that door shutting better too. Actually, I had to take this loose and refit it. But now the air cylinder will pull it all the way shut. But boy, I can't go anymore because of that, and I don't want to have to cut a hole there or nothing. But that sure is cool how that works. Bam. But all them guys on RC Universe are flying this. Well, not, I mean, there's not like hundreds of them out there, but there's a few people. And they said the same thing. And then when they do get in the air, they would launch. But I don't think I had quite enough elevator travel either. And I raise my nose gear. I'm gonna take a little bit of weight out of the nose. And move my CG back just to the back side of the CG range is where I'm going to put it. And then I can take some of the lead out of the nose. It'll take some of the spring out of that, you see, to where it'll sit a little bit higher in the nose. And these sure are cool gear. See how they fold up in there? Right at the end, boom, they fold a lot. Oh, let me put some tape on them. So they stay shut. But we did have the cameras rolling, people. We was going to get some video of it flying and post it up, but all it really did was run down the runway, and the video was only, 8 seconds long, and it just wasn't a good YouTube moment. Now, what I got to do is get inside that nose and get some of them pennies out of there. Oh yeah, that's what I use for loading. Wait, did I ever tell you guys that? What I use for nose weight? I use pennies, and I'll tell you why. They're pretty heavy, and also they're free. That just ain't gonna work anywhere. Pennies are free. Lead costs money. You know? It don't take long anyway, but I just dropped them down there, and I took this aluminum tape right here, and I went up over the sides, and so they're just taped in there. I can remove them real easy. Now I'm going to get this thing and get it up in the air. I wish I had it ready today. It's a nice day out there today. It's been so cold. Oh, someone said something. They noticed my leading edge on my stab wasn't straight. And you see you can see it's not straight on there either. But that's why I had the cap stripped that. That's where I had to put that in pieces like I did, or strips. I can't get in here with this box. Can't get my arm in there. So we got to move it out the way. So I'll get my big old fat hand in there. Give me some tape. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the way, and one of my antennas in there. Two of my antennas in there. Let's pull that out of the way for a second. I'll have to stand this back on its nose. My buddy's coming over tomorrow.